May I have a double-double, please? I bet most of you in this room have either heard or said that phrase at least once in your lifetime. I know I've heard it thousands of times working for Tim Hortons as a cashier. But why is this phrase so well known? Well, I already gave you the answer. It's Tim Hortons. Now, a better question is, why is Tim Hortons the Canadian icon that it is today? Could it be the fact that it enhances the Canadian image, the way the business was formed, or how the business has grown to what it is today? I'm going to start by talking about how Tim Hortons enhances the Canadian image. There are 4 ways that it does this, through hockey, support, bilingualism, and politeness. So the first one is hockey. Hockey is Canada, Canada is hockey, enough said. Most of you know that. Most of you also know that Tim Hortons supports their Timbits minor hockey program, which helps little kids get into hockey. This is the clearest way that Tim Hortons supports Canada. Next is the support. Tim Hortons supports Canadians with everything they do. An example of this is in 2006, Tim Hortons opened a restaurant in Afghanistan for Canadian troops. According to Jessica Berry and Yasmin Manji, this was a huge form of support because these cups of coffee weren't just cups of coffee to the soldiers. They were Canada in the cup, or as I like to refer to it, home in the cup. The other way that Tim Hortons enhances the Canadian image is bilingualism. As we all know, Canada is both French and English. And as you also may know, Tim Hortons don't have an apostrophe S at the end of their title. It's just Tim Hortons. So the reason for this is because the apostrophe S is a possessive term in English, but is not grammatically correct in French. So in order to please both French Canadians and English Canadians, they decided to take out the apostrophe. Politeness. Canadians are polite in everything they do. We know this. Everyone knows this. We are the U.S.'s friendly, polite neighbors. This is shown in Tim Hortons not only by their employees who are paid to be polite, but also by their customers. Referring back to my first sentence, may I have a double-double, please? May I and please. Those are Canadian terms through and through. Moving on to business foundations. The business was founded in 1964 by Tim Horton. Tim Horton was a great hockey player who played for 25 years, from the age of 19 to 44 when he passed away in a car accident. For 10 of those years, so from 1964 to 1974, Tim Horton both ran his business and played hockey. I don't know how much more Canadian you can get. A second founder of the business was Ron Joyce. He was the first franchisee of the first shop in Hamilton, Ontario. By 1967, Ron Joyce had opened 2 more stores, as well as become full partners with Tim in the business. Their first slogan, always fresh, always there, according to Patricia Cormack, a university professor, states that this slogan resonates with the fact that from the get-go, Tim Hortons wanted to be an integral part of Canadian culture. Moving on to business growth. As of 1974, there were 40 stores open. That's 10 years after the business was built. A mere 4 years later, in 1978, there were 100 stores open. And as of June 30th, 2013, there were 4,304 stores open, 5 of which you can see just here on campus. Another way to measure growth is to look at the stock prices. We are all accountants after all. So the IPO, initial public offering, was in 2006 at a price of $27. As of 12:30 this afternoon, the stocks were trading for $57.88. This is more than double growth in 8 years. According to Spencer Good, a student here at the university who wrote an article for the Iron Warrior, 22% of the fast food revenues is dominated by Tim Hortons. 76% of the baked good industry and 62% of the coffee industry were also dominated by Tim Hortons as of 2012. second in the coffee industry being Starbucks at a mere 7%. So now that we've examined how Tim Hortons has enhanced the Canadian image, how it began, and how it grew to what it is now, we can see that all of these have had some sort of helping hand in making Tim Hortons the Canadian icon it is today. So the next time you're sitting in Tim Hortons, drinking your hot chocolate, your coffee, your tea, whatever it may be, ask yourself, does this cup feel like home to me? Thank you.